our final week of 2025, final week of our 9-year, moving into a 1-year next year. Final week, lot of finality in 2025 and a lot of newness in 2026. We'll talk more about that later. The week starts on Monday, December 29th. And really, we're just going to go to New Year's Eve. And then we'll talk about January in the next video because that's a whole nother conversation. So we're going to finish up the year with Monday the 29th. The moon is in Aries until 6:57 a.m. when it moves into the beautiful Venus-ruled sign of Taurus. Enjoy today. There's a lot of harmony. There's a lot of trines with the planets in the sign of Capricorn. Trines are harmonious energy, and so make the most of that on Monday the 29th. Tuesday the 30th, the moon continues in the sign of Taurus, and it's going to be conjunct Uranus in the sign of Taurus. And so this is a great day to spend time with friends. If you're visiting and you get to see old friends, it's a great day for it. Just be prepared that plans could change at the last minute. Now, on the 31st, we move into the new year. And the moon will move into Gemini at 8:13 a.m. on December 31st, social sign of Gemini. The moon will be trine Pluto in the air sign of Aquarius. So this is harmonious energy. Pluto has a lot of power, change, other people's money, and real sex. So there's a lot of social energy there on Wednesday the 31st. Now let's talk about the new year. Now keep in mind this week you're heading to a Cancer full moon. So the full moon is actually on Saturday the 3rd. So it's very emotional. There's a lot of watery planets and we're heading to a full moon, and it's a water full moon. So the emotions are still running very, very high. Now, let's talk about the chart for the new year. December 31st, 11:59 p.m. And, every new year, this is the chart for the new year. This is a kickoff for the new year. And every year, the sun is in Capricorn. And not only is the sun there, but Venus is there and Mars is there. Okay, so we've got kind of these little scrunched up planets together for the new year chart. We've got the sun, Venus on one side, Mars, the planet of action, on the other side, right next to, actually, it's far enough away to not be considered conjunct Pluto. But Pluto's kind of close, okay, in the sign of Aquarius. So wherever they are in your chart, they're probably all sitting in the same house, okay? So it'd be very interesting to see what house that is for you. For us in general, when I make a chart for the new year, it all ends up in the 4th house, the house of the home, the house ruled by the moon associated with the sign Cancer. So there's a lot here. There's things about change in the home because Pluto's there. There's action in the home. So this could show up as construction, or for some people, they may be moving. But there's a lot there about change. So it also may have themes of how you nurture yourself and what brings you true satisfaction. Remember, Jupiter is opposite all of that, and Jupiter is in the sign of Cancer. And so there's 4th, 10th house activity, home life, work life, a lot of energy there. Now, the moon's in Gemini, so it's trining Pluto, so it's making a positive aspect. Gemini has to do with communication. Gemini also rules your environment, the people around you, and it's trining Pluto. So you may find that this year brings in new friends. This year may bring in new environments for you, new people around, okay? There may be some changes with work, lots of Capricorn energy. Could be things about working from home, or if you've been working remotely, maybe you're going to go back into the workplace. There's a lot of flip-flops between career and home. Now, the sun is squaring Neptune. Kind of. They're kind of far enough away that it's more squaring Venus. Okay, so some energy there between the two. But the real square is going on between Mercury, the planet of communication, at 28 degrees of Sagittarius, squaring Neptune and Saturn in Pisces. So there's going to be a lot of themes. Mercury is the communicator. Remember, it rules our environment, people around us, because it rules the sign Gemini and Virgo. It's hanging out in the third house, its own house of your environment and your community. So I actually see this as really hopeful. Like for myself, I'm looking to meet more like-minded people, right? Spend more time with people that I align with. And so this is a great chart for that. There's a lot here about friendships. There's a lot here about people around you, environment around you. So I see that as a very positive. Uranus, which rules large groups of people, is trining Pluto. So there can be change in friend groups. There can be new people showing up. This is a good thing. Now, what else is jumping out to me? Just the fact that these planets are getting to the end of their sign, that's huge. So Neptune and Saturn getting ready to make that change. Uranus at the, late degrees of Taurus, it's going to be heading back into Gemini this year. Jupiter's getting to the later degrees of Cancer. So there's going to be a lot of changes. Mercury is at the late degrees of Sagittarius. So we see the end of signs, the full wisdom of that sign coming up and out as we move into this 1 year. So a lot of emphasis on newness and a lot about healing the old and coming in with the new and finding the right environments for us. So big stuff going on. It's just big. And I hope that some of the retrograde report at the beginning gave you some comfort. And if you haven't listened to that, please go back and listen to the full video where I talk about all the planetary changes that are happening as we end out this year. And again, it's intense, but it gives us hope. It gives us hope that how we feel right now is going to change. How we feel is things are going to start to open up. We're going to start to be able to see more clearly as two heavy hitter planets leave Pisces, where they've been for a while, and we move into clarity in Aries. And, we might not like everything that we see, but we'll finally be able to see. And then we can make the decisions that we need to make accordingly. Now, let me just pull a couple more cards for you for these last few days, for New Year's Eve, for anything else that needs to come up regarding the end of the year here. And I don't know why that card was flipped over. That was the Page of Candles was flipped over. Let's put that one there. Page of Candles. Page is young. Candles is fire. So this is the Page of Wands traditionally. And she's lighting those candles up there. She can barely reach, and she's reaching up and lighting the candles. So there's something about growth. There's something about going for what you want. Let's see. Let's put a couple more out here. Anything else that we need here for the end of the year? And we have 5 of Wands. 5, a number of change. Wands is passion. I often find this card expressing itself as like inner turmoil or inner struggle, but there's like white lilies here. And it almost looks like a path up to those white lilies. And white lilies to me are like such a sign of peace. So I think there's some kind of internal peace and internal peace with the changes that are going on. Young energy here, playful energy with the Page of Candles. And then the Queen of Good Cheer, which I do believe is the Queen of Cups. And she is, opening all her Christmas cards, and she looks like she's drinking some kind of martini. She's got her crystal ball there, and she's just enjoying. And so good cheer, Queen of Good Cheer, feels like some good vibes. She looks like she's home. She actually is in her kitchen. And a lot of the energy that I saw in the chart for the new year was activity between the home and the work life. Also Jupiter in Cancer, it rules kitchens. And, maybe I'm just feeling a lot of that because I have a kitchen project I want to take on, but I swear the cards are just validating the fact that that is kind of in the air with all that energy in the 4th house, Mars there, Pluto there, bringing in change And sometimes construction is just the change that you need. Now let's see, we've got the Forest card. It says, "It is without question a place of mystery, whispers of power you've forgotten. Let thy strength crawl from beneath the ground and remind you, dear child, you are magic." So the Forest card reminding that you that you are magic as we finish up this 9 year and move into the brand new fresh energy of 2026, a 1 year in numerology.